Hey Fairgrove Falcons.
I'm your sub-host, Maria Bustamante.
And I'm your co-host, Lizette Velasquez.
This week's theme is all about Red Ribbon Week.
So let's go see what this week's show has in store for us.
What's up guys, it's Josh Lopez, your host for Skateboard Trick of the Week, and this week's Red Ribbon Week. And I'll be showing you guys how to fake a flip, so tune in my show to find out more.
Welcome back, Falcons. I'm your host for Weekly Weather, so skip to our show to find out what this week's weather is.
What's up, Fairgrove Falcons? We have a cool Western game for you guys. So if you want to see it, just keep on over to my show to find out.
What effect do drugs have on young minds? Tune into my show to find out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm your host, Tyler. Skip over to our show to find out this week's question.
What's up, Falcons? Tune in to Falcons Cook, where I'll be showing you this week's new snack. Want to find out the new languages for this week? Well, skip on over to our show to find out.
What's up, Fairgrove? My name is Zephyr Noel, your host for Song of the Week. So skip on over to my show to find out what the Song of the Week is.
This week's word of the day
He heard me with his words. The word of the day
is sober, and the number of the day is...
Here's my number. Back to the phone. Number of the day
12.
Hey Luz Maria, why did we choose the word sober and the number 12?
Well, Lizette, we chose the word sober because this week is Red Ribbon Week, and we're trying to teach kids that being sober is the way to go. And we also chose the number 12 because there are 12 steps to getting sober.
Luz Maria, you know I've always wanted to say different phrases in different languages.
I didn't know that. Maybe you can learn something this week.
Hopefully, but anyways, let's head over to different ways to say with your host, Mackenzie.
Welcome back, Falcons, to Different Ways to Say. I'm your host for this week, Mackenzie Maral. This week we'll be teaching you Greek and Arabic. Since this week's theme is Red Ribbon Week, the sentence will be, a happy me is drug-free. The first language up is Greek, but first I'm going to try to say it. Nichara moisira apagimi apo nikorikiga.
Μια χαρά μου είναι απαλλαγμένη από
Next
ναρκωτικά.
language up is Arabic. Saili hu kha nik akdira.
سعيد لي هو خال من المخدرات.
Although the 12 steps are heavily spiritual, many non-religious people have found the program immensely helpful. Have you guys ever heard the song Sober?
I didn't get no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get no sleep because of me.
By Blink-182? Well, that's all for today. Now back to the studio with your hosts, Maria and Lizette.
Thanks, Mackenzie.
I'm in the mood to play a video game. Do you know any new games that just came out?
No, Luz Maria, remember, I told you I don't play video games, but I bet Anthony would know.
Oh, that's right. Well, let's head over to Game Alert with your host, Anthony Navarro.
Hey Fairgrove Falcons, I'm Anthony Navarro, your host for Game Alert. This week is Red Ribbon Week, and the game we chose is Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game set in the Western time when cowboys were a very popular thing. Make sure that you ask your parents before buying this game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out on October 26, 2018, so in less than 12
Get to Del Taco. They got a new thing called free shavakadu.
days it will be available in stores. Now let's go check out a trailer on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. But trust me, we will. Wake them up a little! This whole thing is pretty much done. We're more ghosts than people. You have got to keep faith. They will not crush us.
Good old Dutch. My best friend. You know how we met? Pair of hucksters trying to rob each other. Back in 78 or thereabouts.
You have to love yourself a fire. It's one of the blessings. Sure, we can have fire. And we can have the knowledge of fire. But with that comes the knowledge of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery.
Sons of Dutch. Makes us brothers. Sometimes, brothers make mistakes.
You will never change. I know that.
All of you venerate savagery. And you will die savagely.
Get out here! Stay strong. Stay with me. You have to love yourself a fire.
Hopefully you guys found that trailer good. Keep in mind that you play better when you're sober.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Not drunk or high. Remember, Falcon, before you start to play video games, you must finish all your homework. Now back to the studio with Amber and Lizette.
Thanks, Anthony.
So I heard this week Josh is gonna teach us how to do a fakie flip. Are you gonna try this trick?
Yeah, I'm going to try my best to do it.
Well then let's head over to Skateboard Trick of the Week with your host, Josh Lopez.
Window, she's screaming, I body slam on the cement until the concrete gave and created a sinkhole. Bury this thing like a window.
It's Josh Lopez, your host for Skateboard Trick of the Week. And in this week's show, I'll be teaching you guys how to fakie flip. As you may know, it's Red Ribbon Week, so you can support Red Ribbon Week by wearing red ribbons as you may see other students wearing. That's it for this week, Falcons. Anyways, let's get back into skating. You already know the drill, wear protection. So here it is, the fakie flip.
To do the fakie flip, you need to move backwards with the skateboard and unscrape along the top left of your board to get rotation. Once you get a full rotation, land it.
As you can see, that was the fakie flip. If you're new to skating, this trick might be a little bit difficult, but if you know how to kick flip and you're sober, it should be a little bit easier. It should take you about a day to learn the fakie flip if you already have kick flips. Now that we got that over with, let's get into some interesting facts about the fakie flip. Although the creator of the fakie flip is unknown, the first ever fakie stance was done by skater Eddie Alguera, who has been skating way more than 12 years. The term fakie means that you are riding the skateboard backwards, which the tail is facing the direction you are riding in. Well, those are two facts about the fakie flips. Hope you learned a thing or two. Now back to the studio with Amber and Lizette.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, I'll be right back. Let me go get a drink of water.
Well, in that case, let's take a quick break.
What are you doing? I'm reading about Amazon Smile.
What is that?
Whatever you buy from Amazon, a small portion of that goes to Fairgrove.
How do you do that?
Create an account by using a username, email, and password. Charity, you put Fairgrove Parent Booster.
We're back.
This week's quote is, "You are free to choose, but you are not free from the consequence of your choice."
I'm Peter Griffin, and this is Shopping Cart Roof Shopping Cart, guys. Okay, go.
Hey, what's up, Fairgrove? I'm your host for This or That. This week's question is all about Red Ribbon Week. Now, this week's question is, would you rather do drugs and die early, or be sober and live another 12 years? Now, let's go see what your fellow Falcons would choose.
I don't do drugs. Never do drugs. Don't 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 do drugs. I don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Not do drugs. Don't 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 do drugs.
Okay, Lizette, I think it's gonna be hot next week.
I think it's gonna rain, but we don't know anything for sure. So let's head over to Weekend Weather with your host, Edgar Reynoso.
What's up, Falcons? I'm your host for Weekly Weather. Before we hop into this week's forecast, I wanted to say, if you guys are doing drugs, make sure to sober up. But anyways, let's hop into this week's forecast.
On Tuesday, it's going to be sunny with a high 80 and a low 55. On Wednesday, it's going to be sunny with a high 80 and a low 57. On Thursday, it's going to be sunny with a high 79 and a low 56. On Friday, it's going to be sunny with a high 86 and a low 60. On Saturday, it's going to be sunny with a high 85 and a low 60. On Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high 83 and a low 61. On Monday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high 80.
That's the forecast for this week. The weather's been crazy this past couple of weeks. So let's check out the Doppler radar.
As you can see, there's going to be rain by Phoenix and Las Vegas. In the bottom right, there's probably going to be more than 12 inches of rain because of Hurricane Michael.
That's the Doppler radar for this week. Well, that's it for this week, Falcons. So let's head back to the studio with Amber and Lizette.
Thanks, Edgar.
I heard Mr. May has some new facts he wants to share with us.
Oh, really? Then let's head over to Mythbusters with your host, Mr. May.
I'm your host, David Mastrada, and this is Mythbusting with Mr. May. What effect do drugs have on young minds?
Okay, on the question of what marijuana does to the adolescent brain, as the brain develops during adolescence, it's becoming more efficient. And research shows that some cannabis use during that time could disrupt that process. A number of small studies show a difference in the brain of kids who smoke all the time. One of the things it shows is that the right and left hemispheres don't connect like they normally would. Their ability to think is made inefficient, which means they don't think very well. And there's a couple parts of the brain, the amygdala and the hippocampus, that are structures that are involved with emotional regulation and memory are also affected and actually become smaller than normally they would. There have been more studies with rats and marijuana with adolescents, and they do show that the rats, if given marijuana during puberty, have persistent thinking problems. There is, however, right now by the National Institute of Health, the Adolescent Brain Cognitive Development Study, where they're following 10,000 9 and 10-year-olds for 10 years, and they'll be looking at how marijuana and alcohol and other things affect brain development. And there was a quote in Scientific American that said, on an average, adolescent who partakes heavily winds up achieving less in life and are unhappier. So kids, if there's something you need to think about, you need to think about whether you're going to start using, and when you start using marijuana. They're finding the tests show that for adults, the problems aren't as persistent as they are as a child using marijuana. So you've really got to think about that.
Thanks, Mr. May. More than 12.
The city, you and me, we just don't get along.
1,000 people die from drugs each year. Being drug-free is being sober. That's it for this week, Falcons. Now back to your hosts, Amber and Lizette.
Thanks, Mr. May.
Hey, I'm getting hungry.
Lizette, you're always hungry.
I'm not. I just want to know what Falcon Cooks has for us with your host, Perla Colleen.
What's up, Fairgrove Falcons? Welcome to Falcons Cook. I'm your host, Perla Collin. For this week's sober snack, we are making a fruit kebab. The utensils you need are a knife, a cutting board, and kebab sticks. But before you start making your snack, wash your hands for 30 seconds. The ingredients you need are strawberries, blueberries, cranberries, apples, and banana. The first thing to do is cut your banana into 12s, then put some of them onto your kebab stick. Then put on some of your strawberries and blueberries onto your kebab stick. Then put on some of your cranberries onto your kebab stick. Then cut up your apple into little pieces, then put some of those little pieces onto your kebab stick. That is your kebab stick. Now today we have Alexis Estrada trying our fruit kebab. I like the fruity taste about it. Well, that's all for this week, Falcons. Tune in to my show next week for a new snack. And remember, say no to drugs.
Well, that's it for this week, Falcons.
What's up, Fairgrove? My name is Zephyr Nongolo, your host for Song of the Week, and this week I'll be showing you pictures and telling you what this week's song is. This week's song is We're Not Gonna Take It. This song was released in 1984 by Twisted Sister, and the genre is glam rock. I chose this song because we're not going to take drugs and we're going to stay sober. I hope you enjoy.
There ain't no way we'll lose it. This is our life.